All right, let's talk about project 2.3.4 called Find the Exploits. I've already booted up the virtual machine to the right here by clicking on this link. What you're supposed to do in this project is practice some penetration testing. So the server's running. In this situation, 172.30.0.6 is our login machine over here to the right. There's a web server that we're going to be penetration testing, which is at 172.30.0.13. So first we need to go to connections, and we're going to open up the CTS website. And the default browser is Explorer, which kind of annoys me, but that's okay. The username and password for this website is admin and password. Very secure. And then we also want to open up Wireshark. So I'm going to open up the blue fin down here. And what this is going to allow us to do is sort of monitor network activity while we're interacting with this website. So just like before, we're going to run this filter not port 3389. That's going to keep out some of the traffic that has to do with the virtual machine that we don't want to see. You can see lots of network traffic being captured. For this activity, we're going to kind of restrict our view of packets to HTTP packets, specifically those that have content that we want to see. So we're going to apply the filter HTTP content type, and right away that limits the number of packets we see. So only packets that have HTTP data inside of them we're going to see, which is great. And then to apply another filter, we just at the same time we use 2 ampersands, and we're supposed to restrict it so we're only seeing the packets that have a source of our website. So to do that, we're going to type in here ip.src equals, and if you recall from a little bit earlier, the IP address of the web server was 172.30.0.13. Hit enter, and then we should not be seeing any traffic in here because we haven't interacted with the website since starting Wireshark. If this ever happens, just hit OK and then click the fin again and continue without saving, and it'll start listing again. If you click on Need Help, it'll show you essentially what I just told you. You just have to know to type in the IP address of the web server. Alright, in step 7, we're going to investigate an cross-site scripting or an XSS exploit. And the way we're going to do that is I'm going to go to, actually I'm going to make this window a little bit smaller if I can, because I want to see Wireshark at the same time. Of course, it's not going to let me do this. Nope, that only makes it bigger. Why can't, oh, there we go. Drag this over. Beautiful. So we're supposed to go to site security and change things from high to low, and you can see as soon as I went to that website, I got some packets that popped up. So Wireshark is showing me changes that I make. So I hit submit, you'll see more packets. So now that we have set the site security low, we're supposed to perform an XSS stored attack. And we're supposed to put in this specific hack here. So I'm going to put in, it says we have to put in our something, so I'll say something, it's a great name. And then in the message I'm going to put in the attack, which is script document.write h1 you have been hacked. It doesn't actually matter what you type in there. I do have to close off the h1 tag. I have to close off the parenthesis, and then I need to close off the script. And if I hit sign guestbook, and if I type this in correctly, let me copy it just in case I didn't. Shoot, I didn't. Let me try it again. Document right for high. Oh, I put, geez, that should be H1. That's silly. This one should also be H1. That's why it didn't work. Okay, I've got the H1 tags right now. I'm going to put something 2 here. Let's see if I did it right this time. Design guest book. Bam! I've been hacked. So this shows that the script, the JavaScript that I typed into the message, was actually being executed, which is generally a bad thing. We're supposed to test this by logging out, so I'm going to log out, then I'm going to log back in, and if I go back to the guest book, which was in the XSS stored, you can see that it's still there. So that's not great. We have been hacked. Okay, so that would be step 7, what you could document, right? We would want to go here to the right, click on View Source. I hate how small this window is. But what this shows you is the code that is running when we're in low settings. This is the code that they're running right now to make sure that the message doesn't have anything funny in it. And it has these 2 commands to hopefully fix it. If I hit compare, what it shows you is how the high script, if we are on the high security settings, the commands that they have to make sure things are safe. So you can see there are 3 commands here. You go to the bottom, here's what low has, just 2. And so the one additional command is this command. And what it does is it essentially deals with the fact that someone could try to put special HTML characters into the message, and it what's called sanitizes the input, so that way you don't have a valid XSS attack. So that's what you would take a picture of. That line of code would have prevented that XSS attack. Now in Wireshark, we are supposed to now stop capturing, and we're supposed to find the packet that has the exploit in it. So I'm going to make this window bigger for right now. And the way you can search, I mean, you can go through here one packet at a time and find it. But I like to use the Find Packet tool under Edit. And I like to change from doing a display filter to looking for a string. And I'm not going to look at the packet list, I'm going to look at packet details. And what I specifically want to look for is something like document.write. That was the command that we typed in that was generating the XSS exploit. And if I run it, you can see this very first packet here that came up, packet 453. And if we scroll around in here, you can see here's our HTML code, something about the test comment. And if I go to the right, you'll see where it says document.write, you have been hacked. Oh, I read it wrong. So packet 453 is the packet that contains that document.write. Sometimes you might be able to find other ones, like packet 509 also has it, so does 1346. The reason why the later packets have it is that's showing us reloading the website again, and so that's re-showing the stored data. But packet 453 was the first one that has document.write in it, so it's the one that was when it was first injected into the website. Alright, so that you can take a screenshot of for part 8. For part 9, we're supposed to start another capture session, so I'm going to continue without saving, and I'm also going to make this Wireshark window smaller again. Okay, so next we're going to try a command execution attack using ping. So we make sure we're still on low. I'm going to close out of that. And we are, can I see it? Let me scroll to the left here. Yes, security level is low. That's good. If I go to command execution, we're supposed to insert this IP address, 172.30.0.6. I'm going to hit submit. And you can see that we get all the ping data that comes up. And if we wanted to, we could look through these packets. This is the packet that sent the ping request. So you can look through it if you're so interested, but we're not going to do that right now. So we're going to take a guess that we might be able to do a command execution exploit. So we're going to type in the ping address like before. And then we're going to add an ampersand to say we're going to add something to it. we're going to add to it is also executing this command, netstat -n. If I hit submit, what we're going to see is the results of the ping command. So we're checking to see if the server is alive, and then afterwards it runs the netstat command, and that also shows us information about the about what services are running on the computer on the network. So that was bad. We shouldn't be able to do that. So this website was vulnerable to a command execution exploit. Now, if we do the view source button again, make this bigger. So this is what low mode does. When someone puts in an IP address, it just uses that in the command that it's going to run. So whatever you type in here, it'll just run it with the ping command. So if you compare that to what the high security version does, it runs a couple extra things. I think strip slashes is the first thing, right? Yeah. This one doesn't run strip slashes. So this removes all slashes from whatever they type in for the IP address. It then does this very funny thing. The explode command takes the IP address, hopefully it's just an IP address, and splits it into the 4 numbers by periods, and then double checks that each of those components are numbers, and then rebuilds the IP address by putting all that data back together, and then finally runs the ping execution command. What this essentially means is that if someone puts in garbage that doesn't meet this format, the website's just going to crash and say it doesn't work, or it's going to generate some kind of an error. So, like this, you have entered an invalid IP address. So, yeah, that's the kind of code that's in here, the stripping of the slashes, the splitting the input into the 4 octets separated by dots. Each of those have to be numbers. If any one of them is not a number, then it won't run, and then it rebuilds the ping IP address based on those 4 numbers. All right. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so now we have to, in Wireshark, identify what was leading to that exploit. So I'm going to do edit find packet again, and I'm going to look for, this time, the netstat command. Ugh, let's see if I can make this bigger. There we go. So I'm going to type in netstat. Nope, that didn't erase. And then hit find. Wait, really? Why didn't it find netstat? I mean, it should be the last packet. I'm not sure why it's not popping up. Let me see. So the last packet's the one where I submitted the netstat information. And actually what I want to do, wait, really? Let me do this again. Netstat. I'll have ping in it, which I'm expecting, but I'm not sure why. I'm not finding netstat in it. Let me stop it and restart the Wireshark again. So start again, continue without saving. I'm going to close out of this command execution window if I can find the X for it. I think it's this one. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to go in here and type in that command again, 192.30.0.16 at netstat -n. Oh, this is taking a long time to run. Oh, shoot. It wasn't supposed to be 0.13. It's supposed to be oh, rats. Ah, what a mess. Okay, I'm going to stop this. Start again. I put in the wrong IP address. So, yeah, go forward. Okay. Stop. Start. Okay. So the IP address of the web server was 13, not 16, right? Yeah, that's what I did wrong. So it's, oh, wait, if I was supposed to do 0.06, I'm sorry. It's early. Yeah, there we go. That's the command I want. So at netstat -n. Submit. Right, hopefully, wow, the web server is being really slow right now. There it is. Okay, so here's the packet. And I'm hoping somewhere in, well, here's definitely all the information that pops up. Oh, I remember now. Okay, so for this one, what you search for is not the command itself, but you actually look for the output of the command. So the output of the command included like dgram stream. I remember now what I searched for. So I'll show you. If I did find packet detail string, and I put in like dgram, that's one of the things that pops up here in the output. And you hit find. I don't know why it's not finding it. Find. Search resulted in. Continue at beginning. Find. Okay, I'm going to go to another page. So now I have 2 packets. I'm going to do find. Okay, find. Okay, it's working. Okay, what I had to do with Wireshark's so weird. I had to select a packet that didn't contain the data. Then I clicked find, and then it selected the packet for me that did contain the data. And you can see that it's showing me that it found the line that has the word dgram in it. That is so weird. Okay, anyway, so we can see in here in this packet, inside of the, what section is this under? I think it's the line-based text data portion of it, that it shows us that this is the stuff that was being exploited. Okay, so we found all that, we did that. All right, so we completed our training. I'm going to stop Wireshark. Oops, stop Wireshark. We can close out of it. You probably didn't have to close out of it, but I usually like to. And we're going to reset the database here. So if we go to setup, which is up here, and create and reset the database, this is now set up and ready for the actual project you're going to do. So this was just the training.